Hey guys, so I've been getting a download today, and it's really annoying to me because I'm trying to leave this in the past, but it keeps getting brought up. And I know that when things from the past keep getting brought up, there's something that I need to meditate on within that experience. So, um, the house, the trailer that I had lived in with my ex when they drugged my child, when I went to the grocery store, I lived there. Okay. I lived there with him. I was under the impression that we were going to start a family. But there was complications because I could tell that he was cheating on me. Okay. Um, so there's some sort of misconception here. Okay. So I'm just going to speak my truth, which is my honest truth. And then this gets this point of view across. Because there's people, this is what they do. So I'm going to explain what my impression was and then what I believe these people do and like conclude it all. Okay. So just to help the next person that is going through any of these sort of sabotages, setups. Okay. I was clean. I just got out of treatment for the first time. The first time I got out of treatment. And I was living here with my kids, clean. Okay. I need to charger. My battery's draining now. All right. So, I won't forget the thought. I've been meditating on it all day. I have to find a charger though. Thank you. It's the long weekend, so my kids are allowed to stay up. I actually let them stay up as long as they want on the weekends because usually they crash by midnight. sometimes, sometimes they stay up till later. Okay. So I was here and I just recently went through a separation with the love of my life, okay? And this guy from my past messages me and was like, "Hey, I'm town. What are you up to?" And I'm like, "Well, you can come by." And I think we were both smoking weed, so I guess I wasn't fully clean, but clean off of hard drugs, clean off of my drug of choice, okay? So he came over here. We caught up. We're like old high school friends, right? And this is my this will be my next boyfriend, my ex, okay, that I lived in the trailer with. Anyways, I was here fresh out of like a breakup. And I thought that we were just going to be friends. And then he messages me the next day and asks me to go 4x4ing, like a date. And I told him, like, no, I can't. I'm here with my kids. Like, I can't find a sitter. And he's like, my mom will babysit. So I know his mom from back in high school. And I'm like, okay, well, There's a babysitter then. So we went 4x4ing. And then it progressed really fast where we were dating. He asked me to come to his trailer in Saskatchewan, where I ended up moving to. Me and my kids uprooted and moved there with him, the new boyfriend. But it was really fast. Okay? So for the record, I was here at my home. He came here. He asked me to come here, you know? He asked me to go 4x4, and he asked me to go see him in Kindersley. And I just kept saying yes, right? I just kept saying yes. And in the moment, I thought that maybe this was God bringing someone back around that I never really had a chance with, because I never really gave it a chance because I was always dating somebody else. Anyway, that wasn't the case. That wasn't the case. Okay? I'm getting that these people, so he's now my ex, okay? Him and his ex drugged my child, shot at me, had been attacking me and for quite some time after this. Okay, so that was that whole ordeal of me being up on charges for something that they had done. Anyway, I don't think that they were ever really broken up. Okay, and this was like, we were together for all of what, 5-6 months, and we were already lived with him. We were already raising my children together, and now I'm pregnant. Okay, so now I was pregnant with his child, and he tells me that his ex needs a place to stay. She's going to sleep on our couch. Okay, so I'm under the impression that, and I said no. She can find somewhere else to stay. Like, if she really needs to find a place to stay, she can stay at a shelter. She can find somewhere else to stay. Okay, but he undermines me and moves her in anyway. Okay, and then they are like two evil spawns together, man. They made me feel like such a piece of shit. I explained the abortion thing, right? How they like pressured me into having an abortion. So I did, and they were already fucking by the time I got home, and I was like still healing. And I didn't want to do that. So then I'm like, what the fuck? This is like crazy shit, right? This is crazy. So then I'm like, I need to get out of here as soon as possible. And I was like in the works. I was calling people I called a crisis center and I told them what was going on. And I already had like a meeting set up. I think it was a Wednesday, but I'm not completely sure, but I already had a meeting set up. And it was like the day before they drugged my kid. And then it was just shock. And I felt so gaslit because I was so like worked up about this. I called off the birthday party, whatever, and they were just like, their energy about it was like gaslighting me. It's like they acted as if it wasn't even fucking happening. So I'm like just going through the motions, and they're like, no, we're not canceling the party. So it was just so fucked up. Anyways, what I was getting from this is that these people were together that entire time. I don't think that they were ever broken up. I think that this is what they do. I think that she goes and finds a boyfriend. I think that he goes and finds a girlfriend, which was me at this time. And then they both work to fraud and sabotage the fuck out of everybody that they choose to be their next boyfriend and girlfriend. Okay? Because as soon as like they were back in the like as soon as she was in the trailer, they were talking about like wedding rings and shit. And she made up this whole fake ordeal that she had cancer. Like, they forced me to have this abortion. I say forced because I didn't want to do it, but then they were showing me all these like psychopath traits that I'm like, maybe this is a blessing. I better go get this done, even though I don't want to. Anyway, that happened. And then on the way back from the trip to the city to get this termination of the fetus done, she's like, oh, my doctor emailed me and said that my cancer's gotten worse. It's terminal now. So I'm like, oh, great. Like, this fucking crazy lunatic has to steal like the thunder of like my abortion too, right? Like, on top of all this bullshit, all of a sudden her cancer's terminal, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, how don't you see that she's lying to you? But I think that he knew it this entire time. They just gaslight the partners that it's just retarded. They like go out, they branch out, they get a boyfriend and a girlfriend, and then they come back together with all their information and fraud them the fuck out and ruin their lives. Okay? So that's how it went. Okay? He asked me. Okay? And then I went and I thought that we were starting our lives. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, out of nowhere, he brings his ex into the picture. That I thought that he's over, right? That's already 5 months ago. Like, you should be over her. But I think it was a consistent relationship, and I think that this is something that they do. Is ruin people's lives. So, for the record, I think that this lady, I think that they did get married after I left. And I think that this lady has been going around saying that I'm some sort of like home wrecker or some sort of adulterous bitch or whatever. And it's like, actually, you moved into my home, okay? You moved into my territory where my kids are, and you fucked with my kids' life and my life. So that was my impression of it. Whatever they choose to say is their own made up bullshit. Okay? So that's just what it is. That's my past, and I'm like trying to get over that as well too, right? But it keeps being brought up. Like, God keeps putting that in my mind because there's so much confusion around it and there's so many lies created around it, and that's my truth. Very simple. That's what I believe is what they do. But honestly, they're both pathological, insane liars. So I don't even really know what to believe. I can't care. Like, I just gotta keep handing it over because I can't care. Like, why would I care about someone who's clinically insane, psychopathic, narcissistic, a tyrant? I can't find it in me to care anymore. Hey, bud. Especially when you hurt me and my kids. You're done babysitting? She left a note. I got her to babysit my egg. I named her Khaleesi. This is what I got from my grandma for my birthday. Let's just change the topic. Just to clarify for people, okay, if you are feeling rushed in a relationship, know to just take a step back, okay? If that person doesn't understand that you need to take your time, well then their rejection is God's protection. I love you, Mom. Thank you, buddy. Okay, this is Khaleesi. She's a dragon. She's a baby dragon. I'll send her here. She'll watch the read. My grandma was like, I got you a dragon. I was like, really? I love dragons. I didn't know what to expect, and it's a little tiny baby dragon. And she like color changes. Like I'll show you the egg. See, she's like purple. And then if you turn her, she's blue. I was like, I actually absolutely love that, right? I'm like a little kid when it comes to like things that I love, and I love dragons. And I love Game of Thrones too, so I was like, you don't know how much I love this. And my grandma was like, I knew that you would love it. So it's like pink, and if you turn it, it turns blue. So cool. So yeah, I don't know what that was about. Something about an escort. These people could be escorts, okay? Someone's like enlightened on their like they didn't betray them. So someone is saying that someone betrayed them and it's just false. False news. Protect. They want some sort of protection. Interaction. So they want to protect that. There's some sort of interaction here. They want to protect, impersonate. So they gather your information, all your personal information, and impersonate. Okay? You should really go rest. What? Aw, that's so cute. Thanks for sharing. The devil, man. Someone protected the devil. Okay. Oh, okay. So this is like incubus succubus dynamic. Incubus succubus dynamic, like demonic possession here. Like they're bound. They're bound to one another. So obviously I wouldn't trump that if they're both in this evil mindset, right? It's like my light probably fucking burnt the shit out of them. They're probably like you know? I'm getting like the woman is the dom. Like these people could be into like some sort of dominatrix, but like the woman wears the pants. This woman could have got this masculine into Satanism, into this like incubus succubus dynamic, into this Satanism shit. And oh, okay, so it's these people. Okay, so I've picked up on this before. This woman will like teach these men these how to give their soul to, or how to embody these incubus succubus dynamics, but she tricks them. They're a trickster spirit where she's the man demon, the man sex demon, and they are the woman sex demon. Okay, so there's a man sex demon in the woman, and there's a woman sex demon in the man. So that's how this woman is the dominant one. Mm-hmm. Interaction. Power moment. Okay, so this woman always wants some sort of protection, and she feels like when she's close to this masculine, in close interaction with this masculine, there's something about online interaction that's causing a tower moment. Oh my god, this is confusing. Okay, one thing at a time. One thing at a time. So the way that this woman protects herself is she calls this masculine in, and when she is like the dominant partner to this incubus succubus dynamic, he comes running, or he allows it to happen because they're bound, and she's the dominant. She's the dominant. So whenever she does this setup shit, this raid energy, this raid interaction energy, she calls him in and he comes running like a little bitch. Because he is like he is the woman part of this dynamic spiritually. Okay, he could be the masculine, but spiritually he's the woman. Anyway, so she drags him in, binds him in close, and then makes this interaction for this raid to happen. She feels like she has more protection if she could just have him close and incantate. I'm getting that this woman would wait till this man sleeps and incantate shit. Okay? Like into his ear as he fucking sleeps. This woman's like has a lot of about 9 entities attached to her. 9 entities attached to her. Okay, so this person is like a witchcraft maniac. This person could also be a pyromaniac. Impersonate. So this is the same person that's impersonating the high priestess. Okay, so this is the person who's impersonating me online, and I don't doubt it for a second. Like, that's why it keeps getting brought up into my energy. I'm like, I healed that. I healed that. Yeah, those events, when I speak about them and I share my story, they still affect me in that moment. But then after I'm done reading that energy, I hand it over, and I thought I was healed from it. I think I'm healed from it because I cry less and less each time. And I am. But one of my gifts is to be able to look back and process even further, and even further, and even further, and even further. Okay, so this is just one of those times, and I'm very grateful for my gift. So I don't want to seem annoyed with it. I'm annoyed with these people, but I'm not annoyed with my gifts. Yeah, your authenticity pisses this person off. Somebody also wants to protect their popularity, but they've been banging people like the fucking devil. But this together is like your light, literally, it shines a light on their demons, and they hate this. Okay, they feel like your authenticity protects yourself from ever having any sort of demonic attachment, and that's true. So now they want to like some sort of online interaction that's causing a tower moment, or this is the tower. Somebody, oh, okay, so somebody could want to like destroy some sort of cell tower, like have a cell tower go out so that they can come in and do some sort of interaction. But let me see here. Interaction raid. Okay, so this woman likes to set people up, but first they need to bind them and act pure so that they can protect themselves by being close to these people. They want to look pure, and then that's their protection. Because once they do this demonic shit to people, set them up in the most evilest fucking ways, okay? I'm getting poison, I'm getting rape as well. I'm getting harvesting of pure energy. Okay. They feel like if they act authentic for a certain amount of time, and then they do this evil demonic shit really fast, and then act as if they didn't even do it, then you'll be so shell-shocked, fucking like not knowing what to do, that these people will be able to like consume. Like they feel like that's their protection. It's like gaslighting. Like acting as if it never fucking happened. You know how confusing that is when tragedy strikes and you don't want to believe that these people did this because they seem so authentic up until this point? Yeah, that was an entire facade. This is what they hide behind in order to protect themselves. In order to look authentic, they have each other's backs. Understand that you'll see a pattern of these people coming together, breaking up, coming together, breaking up. And as they come back together, people's lives get destroyed. And then the people that they're with while they're broken up, don't even know that they're still interacting with each other. Don't even know that they're both gathering information to come together and destroy those people's lives. They get a kick off of this. They think it's fucking funny. You poisoned my fucking kids and tried to pin me for it. This shit's not fucking funny. You fucked with the right one. To steal fortune and fame. Sounds pretty fucking pathetic to me. Like, you gotta do all that. You gotta do all that? Yeah, tower moment to people's finances. Some sort of online empire, online accounts. Someone's trying to destroy online accounts so that it proves that someone is unauthentic, but it's just, they already know. People already know. Okay, you fucking told everybody. Thanks to you, everybody knows. Everybody knows. Okay? I heard what's up, tell your friends. Okay, so that's where that came from as well. They did. They did. You recorded this person and then impersonated them on important documents. This is impersonation. You'll go to jail for that. And slandered them, defamation, in order to receive some sort of finances. Okay? I'm getting a group of people. So they do this, like, there's like groups of these people who have these, like, who they're connected to. Oh, gross. I got an image of like a gangbang, like a group of people having sex. Anyways, they're fucking sick, is what it looks like. Manipulator, liar. They were acting as if they were authentic, and they needed to protect somebody from somebody's. Ugh, this person's just a fucking liar. They're an attacker. They're abusive. Like, they'll say one thing to their friends and then they'll try to act all authentic to your face as if they're not trying to fucking kill you. As if they're not trying to sacrifice you. Like, all right, Satan. Not today. Not today, Satan. Not ever. Okay, so there's some sort of I'm getting that somebody's eggs were taken. Like somebody, I don't know if this is relevant, but somebody could have gotten their eggs taken. Like, you know how you get your embryos taken when you're either sick or whatever, burdened because of some sort of finances. Your intuitive gifts are like blowing this out of the water. Like, people will look into this and they're like, ah, that makes the most sense. Okay, because they've been listening to this person's bullshit. They've been listening to whoever they're connected to's bullshit. And then they hear this story and they're like, okay. There's the real authenticity. There's the real truth. That sounds about right. Okay, and they impersonated this person on documents in order to have something come in for them, which was this 10 of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah, this married couple. Somebody got their eggs taken because of something. I don't know. Anyways, that's what they do. That's how me and my little family were heavily attacked, and it's continuous. Okay, because these people are saying so many fucking lies out here, and I'm just supposed to let them talk. Okay, is what I got in meditation. I'm just supposed to let them talk. Let them talk that shit. Let them dig their own grave, you know, or let them dig that grave for me and watch them trip and fall face first into it. That's what I'm supposed to do, and that's what I'm doing. Okay, but I am allowed to sit here and put forth my truth. So that's that. So that was a little bit of a story time. I hope everyone's doing well. I love you guys. It's because they're soulless beings. Well, I don't know if that's like entirely true. I believe that, like, well, that could be your belief, right? And I have no reason to dismiss that, okay? Because honestly, I don't have all the answers. But what I believe is, like, they dabble into that, right? So when you dabble into that, it attracts those negative spirits, okay? Because they know that they can use you. They know that they can consume you. They know that you're an open vessel for them to use you, right? Because you attracted it. You dabble in it. Just like negative energy. If I have an anger problem and someone throws aggravated energy towards me, I very much might yell at somebody, you know, in that moment, because I carry that aggravated energy from whenever I picked it up, right? So if these people carry that entity from calling upon it, or it being transferred to them somehow, and their belief system is weak, like they don't have a belief system to protect themselves, then I think they can be used, right? Like this lady probably called upon all these 9 entities. Yeah, probably called upon all these 9 entities, and now that's her world. That's her world. I heard this is her world and we're living in it. Okay, that's a psychopath way to think. Anyways, how it got explained to me one time by one of my mentors was that, and I meditated on it and I saw it as well, was that when this happens, when you have total demonic possession, whether it be one or many or whatever, your soul is like no longer bright within your body. Okay, it's like a little flickering little light of a soul, like hardly even there. Okay, trapped in the basement of your body, and your soul is literally witness to what you're doing as your body is completely possessed. So it's almost torturous, but that's what they signed up for. Like they can very easily go see a healer or detach from that entity, whatever entity it is, right? If they choose to be honest with themselves about it and not engage in that anymore. But it's difficult when it's like hardwired into your brain, right? If you've been that way, especially if like you've succeeded in that route for so long too, right? Like these people have gotten away with this shit for so long before I'm able to recognize what it is on a spiritual level. It's hard to explain, but you can fix anything. That's what I believe. I believe that you can fix anything. Maybe parts of their souls are missing, like maybe their inner child from trauma. maybe some of their masculine or feminine by messing with these entities that are very heavily in their masculine or very heavily in their feminine. Disconnected with their higher self completely, that's for sure, and that's a part of the soul. It's like these people need to retrieve every part of their soul wherever they abandoned it, to allow it to get stronger, and only then they'll be able to disconnect from these entities. It's like first they'll have to nourish themselves and understand where they lost those pieces, gather them, nourish them as a whole, figure out how to do that, right? Be balanced and give themselves some sort of strength to then conquer these entities. But you have to be willing and you have to be honest with self. So I think there is a way to come back from that. They could be completely soulless if they lost all those five parts, right? It's just like a little flickering light, but it's like they know what they're doing. And it's like that light within, it's hardly there, but they're still witness to that. They still know what's wrong. Their higher self is still saying, you idiot, you know? But I believe that you can come back from anything, right? Can't come back into my life, but I mean, you can come back for yourself, and that'll be the greater good for you. But you are like, ultimately, you are your own responsibility. I am my own responsibility. Like, you know, like you got to nourish yourself. You can't expect for anybody to respect that you keep deflecting that shit and blaming it on something else. Like, no, it's you. That's a you problem. And the sooner you choose to acknowledge that, is the sooner that you can potentially fix it if you do that work, that inner work. And I know because I've been trying to do this inner work for so long. And I'd like get stalked, harassed, like gang stalked, harassed. And then something else would happen. I had to literally cut everybody off in order to continue to progress. Like I would get up there working on myself, and then I'd interact with someone and then I'd go get a bit further, interact with someone and you know, take a bigger and bigger fall. But like once I got to a certain point, I'd interact with someone and I'd just fall back a little bit and then get another boost. Like I'm getting better and better at it. So like if you do understand that you have an interaction with these people, they're still manipulating you, okay, and you have a fall from grace, you already know how to get back up there. So just do it again. Just do it again. You'll get better and better and better and better and more detached from these people. Okay. All you need to do is be good on your own. Love yourself. That is your responsibility. Okay. And once you get really good at that, you won't accept anything else other than that. Respect. Respect isn't much to ask for. It should be like mandatory in friendships and like any sort of healthy relationship, right? Respect isn't asking for much. Just keep it trucking. You'll get better and better and better at it. And then once you can fully respect and love yourself, you attract more people that respect and love themselves. And that's where your healthy relationships start coming in, is when you know how to do that for self. You know how to completely know how to nourish self. You'll like attracts like. You'll attract people on the same level. Like maybe they don't have the same knowledge, but you guys have like the same, it's like a different timeline, a different life path that you meet these people on, being the better you. Because even if these people do come along from the past, you'll reject it. That ain't it. That's not love. That's not respect. That's not reciprocated relations, right? That's not healthy, right? These people shouldn't be meddling or like asking so much personal shit. Like that's not healthy. Me knowing that you're good and you knowing that I'm good, well then good, right? Let's go do something for a little bit and then come back to our personal lives and have it be no big deal. So maybe somebody needs to work on, like, what is a healthy relationship? Okay? And maybe you're not even at that state yet. Maybe it's like, I need to learn myself again because I need to know how to love me. How can I love who I don't know, right? Because I know I was there. I had to relearn what I liked even. Or what is a friend? What is a good friend? What would a good friend be like? What would a bad friend be like? Because I want good friends. And if this person proves themselves to be a bad friend, then I need to reject that politely, but reject it nonetheless, so that I leave more room to attract a good friend, no matter how long that takes, because quality over quantity. Anyways, have a good day, people. See you guys tomorrow.